IHSA Boys Volleyball. It's 9:45 a.m., which means it's about some time for some high school volleyball. It's Glenbard West, as they are the higher seed, playing the Marist Redhawks. According to Max Preps, the number one team in the state. But what's interesting, according to USA Today, Marist is the best team in the state. We're going to find out today who's the actual best team in the state. It's single elimination, winner advance, winner take all. Third place, you play the third place game at 4 o'clock today.
Right, and we don't know if it's going to be York or Loyola still. A lot of people, though, think that this is the championship game, right? Glenbard West on one side, heart of a champion. They won last couple of years, right? And Marist High School just has a fantastic team. But when you look at all four teams are absolutely terrific. And you start with Glenbard West, like we said, heart of the champion. You got Casey Moss, who I thought should have been player of the game yesterday. You had Xavier Willett, who was the player of the game yesterday. Fantastic setting from Jack Anderson. So they're a little bit more traditional team. They've got good outsides, two good middles, good right side, fantastic setting, good passing. And then, of course, they have the outside and the middle being their best players. So 5 out of 6 rotations, one of their best players are in the front. Then you go to the Marist High School team, right? They're a little bit more unusual. They've got a fantastic 6-2 that they run with Ohio State commit Christian Teresi. And then the other setter, Ethan Cuzella, who's listed as a setter/DS. Yeah, defensive specialist. You're only 6'5". These two guys, the potential is just, they have a high ceiling worth of potential. And of course, as tall as they are and as high as they jump, they need to play in a gym with a high ceiling. But Marist is just a fantastic team. Then you go on to the other side. Even though a lot of people think this is a state championship game, you've got York on the other side that totally impressed me. Logan Rice in the middle, right? Hunter Stepanich in the middle, then Jack Butte and Ben Brown and Nate Shorter, Luke Shorter. That team was just fantastic. It was raining down spikes. And then you can't sell Loyola short.
They have the best player in the tournament, and Jack Lopez.
Right, and then Nathan, the setter, and then
Nathan G, yeah.
Yeah, Nathan G, and then the two back row players, the brothers, Tins. And, of course, the older one a little bit better than the younger one. The younger one's going to be as good as the older one in a couple of years. You can't sell them short either. So these are 4 very different teams. We're going to see which style ends up winning. So the 6-2 from Marist right now versus the kind of a standard team with the heart of a champion is the first match of the day.
Keys to the victory. It's brought to you by NFHS Network. Bob, what are the keys to victory for me? If I'm Marist, get ahead, stay ahead. I do not want to give a 2-time state champion Glenbard West any kind of confidence throughout the match. And for Glenbard West, just do what you did to get here.
Well, starting with Marist, you've got that 6-2 and both hitters, Teresi and Cuzella. They have to not be afraid to set each other. And I know they're not afraid to set each other, but they need to set each other a lot. And from the right side, because teams aren't usually good at defending right side hits because they just don't practice it in practice. So when Marist comes in with this 6-2 offense, when these two right side hitters, teams just aren't prepared to play defense against that. Now, Glenbard West, we all know Casey Moss and Xavier Willett is good, and the setter, Jack Anderson, is terrific. But I'm saying the key for the game for Glenbard West is I'm going to put it on the shoulders of Charlie Clifford. He's a 6'7" junior outside. 2 things. He's on the left side for Glenbard West, means he will be blocking at least one of the right sides on Marist. So that's a match up to watch. Secondly, he's going to be hitting against those 2 blockers on the right side. So Charlie Clifford yesterday, he did a lot of tipping and dinking and dumping and throwing. And Charlie, I think you're the key for Glenbard West. If you have a great game, similar to Karachi yesterday from Lions, you need to blast the ball. You need to hit it as hard as you can. You are 6'7". You can hit it around these 2 big blockers. To me, Glenbard West, you're the key.
Any chance that Glenbard West is a little bit tired coming into this one? There's no days of rest. Back-to-backs. They had to go 3 sets with Lyons Township, who they beat last year in the state championship. They got Lyons Township A+ effort, but Glenbard West was the more talented team yesterday.
Yeah, totally. There is a possibility of that, but however, Glenbard West did play earlier in the day, and they're a very I want to use the word diverse, but they have a lot of talent at different positions. They didn't rely on any one person. If there's any person who has a right to be tired today from yesterday or sore today from yesterday, it would be Lopez from Loyola. He was used a lot, right? Yeah. But Glenbard West, these are young guys. They're going to recover quickly. I guess it could be maybe somebody didn't sleep right or something like that last night. Maybe they're a little bit tired. And then you have to wonder, too, it's an earlier morning game. It's a 10 a.m. game. So some players might peak like at 6 p.m. when their normal high school games are. So you could have somebody who's not really ready to play. I know men's teams I used to play on, we always played better in the afternoon than we did in the morning. So that could happen. But no, nobody's going to be tired, not on these two teams.
I am going to pick Glenbard West until they prove they lose in the state postseason. I'm always going to go with the Hilltoppers. They're looking for their second three-peat. What say you, Marist or Glenbard West today?
That's a very safe bet. You never should bet against the heart of a champion, except if it were me. I have a slight edge in my mind that Marist is going to win this game. They've played each other 3 times this year, and Marist, between Teresi and Kuzella, they are going to bring their best. So it's going to be hard for Glenbard West to beat that. So I'm going to pick for Marist to win, but could be a 3-setter. I mean, you could see a 30-28 finish in this third set.
All Glenbard West has to do is either win this match or win the third place, and that would be tied for their best finish since 2014. How about this, Bob? Since 2014, Glenbard West has finished in third place or better coming into this 2024 postseason.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting, too, Coach, right? Christine Guntemeyer, she's been coaching there a long time, right? So she's still out there tossing the balls to the hitters during the warm-ups. And I'm like, Christine, I think it's okay to put a player there and have the player do it, and you kind of supervise. But a hands-on coach, she's a good one.
She's got that Bill Belichick mindset. No days off. No matter how old I am, I'm still going out there and helping out my young men try to win a state championship.
Well, and also it's kudos to the club volleyball in the area as well, because obviously a very, very strong program has brought player after player after player to Glenbard West, and she's the beneficiary of that.
So we're going to take a break. Public address announcements and the national anthem coming up next here on NFHS Network.
Start with our national anthem and then the starting lineups. Ladies and gentlemen, before our national anthem, we ask you that you remember and honor the men and women of the United States Armed Forces serving throughout the world with a moment of silence. Thank you. We now ask that you remain standing as we play our national anthem. Thank you. And now for introductions, starting with the home team, the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West, who beat Lions in the state quarterfinals. The end of the match with a record of 33 wins and 7 losses. Please meet Coach Christine Gentemaire. She has a record of 567 wins and 135 losses in her 18-year career. For the visiting team, the Red Hawks of Marist High School, who went through the match with a record of 36 wins and 2 losses. Please meet Coach Jordan Vinovic. Marist beat Peyton in the state quarterfinals. Coach Vinovic has a record of 283 wins, 43 losses, and 1 tie in the 9-year career. And now for the starting lineups. For Glenbard West, number 1, Casey Moss. For Marist, number 2, Christian Teresi. Glenbard West, libero, number 4, Andrew Ellis. Marist, number 3, Nathan Toth. Glenbard West, number 6, Jack Anderson. Marist, number 5, Ethan Kuzella. Glenbard West number 7, Adam Graham. Marist number 6, Griffin McElroy. Glenbard West number 11, Brendan Tejeda. Marist number 7, Jack Metter. Glenbard West number 18, Charlie Clifford. Marist Libero number 9, Rory Donnelly. Glenbard West number 22, Xavier Willett. Marist number 11, Luke Brannigan. The floor officials of this match are Dennis Bergstead and Kathy Diamond. Line judges are Bob Jenkins and Kristen Martin Fry. Nancy Nessler serves the IHSA as the officials coordinator. Let's play some volleyball!
Kevin Jude does a great job, doesn't he, on public address announcing duties?
Boy, he sure does. Like you said, gets everybody fired up. I like the little tradition where when the whistle blows, the players race up to the net to see who can get there first. The referees in this match, right? Kathy Diamond, she called some double hits yesterday. Dennis Bergstead, I'm not sure who's going up, but they are two terrific refs. So 2 high-level college refs are reffing this game. So nobody can complain about the referees, that's for sure.
Well, they'll always complain about the referees when calls don't go their way, right?
Yeah, but these referees get it right. Yesterday, I think Dennis called one double hit, and I thought it was kind of marginal yet, and you're like, well, it happened right in front of him. He's a very, very good ref. It obviously happened. Looks like Dennis is going up and Kathy Diamond going down. You're going to have some very good reffing in this. What could very well likely be the state championship game in the semifinal.
And I kid, of course, but good reffing, very consistent. What you call at the first serve is going to be the call you call on the last serve of rally scoring.
Well, and with this guy, the first call he made in his career reffing is the same kind of call he's making at the end of his career. He's been steady his whole career. Anytime you see him go up on the stand, you've got a good, well-called game.
So we are right on track today. We're going to start a couple minutes early. Starting lineups brought to you by NFHS Navra for Glenbard West. No surprise here. Casey Moss, Jack Anderson, Adam Graham, Braden Tejeda, Charlie Clifford, Xavier Willett, and Andrew Ellis. And for Marist, also with just 2 losses coming into this one, Christian Teresi, Nathan Toth, Ethan Cazella, Griffin McElroy, Jack Metter, Luke Brannigan, and Rory Donnelly. And
whenever you bring up Willett, I think about that timeout that got called yesterday by the coach, Gunther Meyer, right? After that timeout, he stopped at tipping and dinking, and he just labeled the ball. And that's what the Glenbard West has to do. To win at the higher levels, and this is higher levels now, you need to hit. And he did yesterday.
So here we go. It'll be a libero for Glenbard West and Andrew Ellis to take the serve. Winner advances to the championship match at 5:30. Bump over to the front row. Chance, and Ellis tries to dig it out, but there's that big man and Nathan Toth with the big kill. Nathan Toth, 6'2", Teresi, 6'3". They got a lot of size on this team. It's going to make it tough for the Hilltoppers today.
And they made it easy for him on that play because it was a good pass, so he had to respect the middle, and it was one-on-one on the outside.
Here we go, served by Marist. From the mid-row to the front, spike attempt, and can't take it out. Kill awarded for Glenbard West, Adam Graham.
Serve over number 7.
Graham will serve. Glenbard West in the white, Marist in the gray, red, and white. Tapped over the net, can't dig it out. Ellis was after it, as well as his teammate. And that was his teammate and Charlie Clifford. Point awarded for Marist, 2-1 lead.
Yep, tapped right into the middle. I wouldn't expect too many tips like that to work, but that one did. I'm intrigued that Graham started front right. I know if I were doing the lineup, I would have my strong left-handed player start front left.
Over to Marist. Big time kill that time by Nathan Toth. Coming into this tournament, Toth with 260 kills. 3-1 lead. It's like we talked about, Bob. Get ahead, stay ahead. Key to victory for Marist today. Bump straight up to the front row. And
yeah, they misconnected on that 31, right? You only get a couple of misconnects per game before you end up losing 25-23, and that's one.
4-1 lead. If it gets to 5-1, will Gianta Mayer call a timeout? Very nice dig by Ellis. Spike attempt. Kill awarded for Glenbard West and Casey Moss.
Moss did that from the back row. Now he gets to the front row. He's the one player at Glenbard West who can make a real difference if they keep setting him.
2 kills already for Toth of the Redhawks. Tapped over the net. This should be easy for Glenbard West to set his offense. Kill awarded for Xavier Willett.
Yep, he made a good throw on that play. It was a little bit of a low set. You can't just blast that because at the angle you have, it'll go out of bounds. So he did a good job keeping the ball in. It deflected off the net and the middle, and it landed.
Clifford on the serve. Couple of back row plays, set up to the front, blocked, kill awarded. Glenbard West, they're just a powerhouse, Bob. From 4-1 to 4-4 in the snap of a finger.
That's it, when you can score points in a hurry, and you score points in a hurry on the block.
See how Marist adjusts. Dug out well by the libero, kill! And the big man from Ohio State answers for the Red Hawks.
That was put down around, the 8-foot line? It was just thrown down. It wasn't hit down, but really tough to dig.
So, libero from Marist and Donnelly to serve, out of bounds.
Yeah, there's that, you only have so many mistakes you can make in a match like this, and that was a missed serve. So that's also the recipe for not winning 25-23. And when you miss a serve, you don't realize, which players you now have to wait 6 rotations to get back in that same rotation with.
Good news if you're a Marist fan, they've been on the attack more than Glenbard West. Dug out well. Second hit is just going to be an over, so it'll be a free ball from Marist. Set up well to the front row. Marist with a chance. Blocked. And a point for Marist. Teresi, every time they need a big point, they go to the Ohio State commit.
As they should. He blasted that one 150 miles an hour. Deflected off a couple of players off a head and then out of bounds.
Ping pong style on a volleyball court.
Yeah, exactly.
Teresi, the 3-time ESCC Player of the Year.
Just kidding.
And Teresi takes his time.
Boom.
Just both teams so immensely talented. Mid-row play right now for Glenbard West. Over the net. Oh, my goodness, what a dig that time by Donnelly. Over the net. Off the body. Kill awarded Red Hawks.
Boy, yeah, they got lucky on that play. That ball was flying out of bounds, but he hit it at a defender, and once it's hit at you, it's so hard to get out of the way. Tried to dig it. Too hard. Too hot to handle.
It'll be Teresi to serve. 7-5 lead for the Red Hawks. Dug out at the background, out of the front. Sent over the net. Red Hawks will set it up. And it was off the body of Graham. Now from the back row, Ellis got it over to the Red Hawk end. Over the net, and then back over to the Red Hawks. They'll set it to the front row. Chance for Teresi over the net.
Back row attack went out of bounds. That was from Toth.
Yeah.
So that's twice in a row from the back row. He was hitting it long. This time, Glenbard West knew enough to. There was a touch?
Yeah, they say touch by West.
Or was it in the net? Touch, okay. I didn't see that call.
A little bit over-aggressive, and Teresi tapped his chest saying, my bad, my bad. But you know what, partner? When you're up by 3 points, you want to try to get those aces against Glenbard West to try to steal points away from the Hilltoppers.
Well, and he's a terrific server. I'm not a fan of people saying my bad like that when they top their chest. I'm like, everybody knows it was your bad. Just go back and make the next play.
But it's not really a mistake either. You have to be aggressive sometimes in a volleyball match.
Right.
And if you're Marist, try to get it to 10 before the Hilltoppers get it to 8. Over to the front row, sent over, and good spike that time by Mass. Toth over the top on a block, and a good one by Tejeda. 9-7 lead now for the Red Hawks. Substitution coming in. Clifford back in, taking a quick seat. It'll be Henry Truitt. Right now, 2 kills for Teresi, 4 for Toth. He's been fabulous thus far. Front row play, Teresi on the pass, Toth, and the finish.
Yeah, they're relying heavily on him for the moment. I think that's going to change a little bit. I feel like they're setting the tone with Toth right now, and then they're going to go to more of the right side hitting later in the match, but Toth is lighting up the gym right now. He's only had that one that went out of bounds.
Jeremiah Fitzgerald into the match now. He'll serve. Ellis, good dig.
Yeah, keep it away from the libero on those serves.
And
that.
Yeah. Well, this is what Marist want. They got it to 10 before Glenbard West got to 8. Now Glenbard West at 8.
And it's going to be close no matter what happens. So 10-8, believe it or not, is a comfortable lead in a game like this.
Right. Hilltoppers, of course, would like to be up by a point. But they'll have to chase 2. Have to go after it. Ellis Not the greatest bump, and they just have to get it over the net.
Yeah, that's where I think it needs to be hit. You can't just hit it like that or a dink like this. You got to hit the ball.
Ellis with a nice pass over the net. Beautiful kill by Adam Graham.
Good spot, another net call, this time against Mito. But that was a good spot into the corner from the lefty Graham.
If the Hilltoppers are going to win, they'd love to get the percentages of Teresi and Toth down. Right now they're at 500. Back row play, now to the front row. Marist. Oh my goodness, what a spike. And it was delivered by Kuzella.
Yesterday's player of the game. Between Kuzella and Teresi, remember I said they were going to go more to the right side later as this match progresses. It's going to be real hard to stop those right sides. It's just not something you have on your own team that you can emulate in practice.
7 digs for the Hilltoppers, 5 for Marist, 10 assists for the Redhawks. Over to the front row, over the net. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful kill by Graham.
And that's a perfect case in point. Another left-handed right side that Marist is actually having troubles digging. They got to get that corner covered on the right side, on their left on defense.
So far, Graham is their big money player right now. He's 3 of 3. Straight over the net, and they got in the way of Ellis. Ellis called for it. Instead, Clifford took it. Beautiful dig by Donnelly, and they'll just have to get it over the net.
Yeah, with a great one-handed dig.
Willett,
That's
is
out.
that in?
Nope.
Ooh, close, but I think it's the right call. I think it just missed the white.
It did. From at least our angle, it missed. Referee, the line judge agreed. 12-10. So they've had a 2-point lead almost this whole game after it was tied at 4-4. 5-5 it was also.
It's a wicked hard line drive serve.
Yeah.
Straight over the net.
He's got to hit it. Remember we said that was one of the keys to the game. And there again, Willett tried to tip it over.
Yeah. A few mistakes that Willett has made in his brilliant high school career.
Yeah, Clifford's got to lose his nerves and hit the ball, and then Willett obviously have to put it over the net. That's too easy to say. And that's out. That's a little too aggressive, Toth.
Yeah, you're up by 3, not 6. If you're up by 6, I'm fine with it. Up by 3, just try to get it in play.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, I think, overhitting it. Clifford's in the back row here, playing good defense.
Is that a great spike or a mistake that time by Andrew Ellis?
That's a great spike. It's into that deep corner. I mean, they've got a fantastic libero. He's up the line a little bit because of the cut shots that they can make, but that's just a great deep corner hit. And a 3-point lead.
You're right, partner. You picked Marist into the match. They're looking good thus far.
Well,
Front
so
row
far,
play.
I wouldn't throw it over like that.
You don't want to set up something for Willett. And it would have been a double hit regardless. Teresi got it and off the net. 14-12. Substitutions on the rotation coming in. Notable player for Glenbard West coming in. It'll be Gabby Magsambol. The combination outside hitter, defensive setter. He's a 5'10 senior. Straight over the net. Set it to the front row.
There's a touch called.
Yep, they're going to say touch. Either way, partner, it might have hit the white anyways.
Well, I thought it was out, but the line judge called touch. I did not see the touch, but sometimes it just barely hits the hand. It looks like the referee, without missing the beat, also called a touch. So probably was a touch, just didn't see it. Boom. Marist serving is just spot on today. These are hard-driven spikes. Now, if you're teaching a young club team, these are the serves you want to teach your team. With the men, you don't really want these float serves. You want these bombs.
Teresi. Now over to the mid-row. Graham is in play.
You could not have placed the ball in that corner better than that shot. Graham having a great match.
Still down, though. They're just not getting enough production by Casey Moss and Xavier Willett. Tough start for Willett. He's at a negative .33 percentage. Now the front row. Teresi on the pass. And the finish by Griffin McElroy, showing why he did all those bicep curls this offseason. That's all strength and power on that spike, Bob.
What a hit. I actually thought that hit the ground and something, but 3-point lead.
Are you surprised that Gianta Mayer hasn't called a timeout yet?
No, that's a good question. No, I'm not surprised, I guess. If I were coaching, I wouldn't have called a timeout either. It's happening so both teams are playing well. They're both getting side outs. It's just a 2 or a 3 point lead. I mean, she's going to have to at some point in time, though, regroup and figure out a way to get a stop at the net with a block.
This might be the serve of the game. Glenbard West is still in it if they can get it to 18-15. 19-14 might just be too insurmountable. Good decision by Ellis. He yells out poison, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, he probably yelled out as opposed to poison.
What?
He probably just yelled out as opposed to poison.
These are the jokes. Hello, is this Mike? Ellis. Mid-row play, nice set by Donnelly.
I was just going to say, while it was in the air, finally something diggable, and then it just landed right in the middle of the court. That's why you have a higher percentage when you hit it off of a block than if you hit it cleanly around the block. But it's a 4-point lead with only 6 to go. Marist playing fantastic.
Toth heating up. He's 6 of 9, 1 air, 556 percentage. To the front row. You just have no chance. When Glenbard West gets their guys in the front row like that, it's almost game over for the opposition.
Well, interesting shot placement into the back right of Marist's defense, so the setter bailed before that hit was made. Setter, you got to stay back and play D.
Is that in? It is.
Yeah, it is, and Toth just toasted another one. This guy is having a day today. He woke up this morning saying, I'm going to make a difference. You know, these floorboards are going to break after some of these swings.
It's been the Nathan Toth show thus far.
Yes, it has.
Over the front row. Clifford, but even better block by Marist.
Oh, a cut shot that just didn't make it.
Teresi, now he has the athleticism to do that, but it's an error.
Yeah, he got there late to the set, so the set dropped, so he wasn't able to make that cut shot. The ball was too low. This is a good time to tie your shoe. You know, you just missed a hit. You're up 4, now you're up 3. Just take a little bit of a mental break. Tie your shoe.
I think you should tie it regardless.
Yeah. Maybe it really actually came undone.
Not a good day to be running around the court with Glenbard West spiking the ball at you with no shoelaces. That might have gone out, but they play it. Oh, my goodness. Nice play that time by Casey Moss. He's been quiet, partner. They need him to heat up if they're going to win this one.
They do, and that was, again, a deflection off the block that just landed. And I think Marist could have got it, but they were being too gentlemanly with each other. You get it. Nope, you get it. Nope, you get it.
Donnelly on the set. They'll have to set it to the front row. And just misread it that time by Charlie Clifford, but it's just a very tough Marist team. That's why they're ranked 1, 2, respectively in max preps, and why Marist is number 1 in USA Today.
Well, and what a fantastic 35-foot-long set. Not every setter in the gym can make that kind of a set. In fact, not many setters in the country can do it. We're going to call a double hit now? Oh, no.
I'm fine with it, but the precedent has been set, so anything close to that, you have to call a double hit the rest of the match. Timeout Glenbard West. You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSNetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile application for Apple and all Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are.
That was a good time for Guntermeyer to call a timeout, right? So they were up down 3, now down 4 on the double hit call. Just like getting blocked, sometimes the ref can take you out of game by making a double hit call that maybe you didn't think should have been made. So sometimes it wears on you mentally. Marist is up 4 with only 3 to go and playing absolutely fantastic. I like what they're doing. They're moving Teresi around. They're moving Kuzella around. Defense on Marist has to stay back from those back row attacks. But Toth is just having a fantastic game today.
Not too shabby. 7 kills, 1 error, 11 times on attack, 545 percentage. Oh, also a dig as well.
Yeah, just that 1 error. That was that long hit. I mean, he's absolutely on fire.
Serve coming up. Donnelly with it. Over to the front row. Set up to Willett.
It works, but I think if I'm Willett, I still have to have a mentality of hitting. Sure, it landed this time, but I think next time when he tries to tip, Marist is going to go get it.
Max,
Hit that for a point. Don't tip it for a point.
Max Bold will serve. Now over to the front row. Tapped over the net. It was last touched by Brannigan. He's been very quiet today thus far. Front row. Back to the Red Hawks. Straight over the net. And just no chance for Kyle Long. 23-19.
This Toth is beyond on fire.
Teresi will serve.
You need depth to win a state championship, and Marist definitely has it. Teresi, mistake.
Yeah, again, I got a little excited. 2 points from the victory, trying to hit a little harder than maybe you should. You don't have to hit it that far. Glenbard West is up against the wall here, and they're going to be a little bit conservative, so put that serve in.
Out of bounds.
Well, they're making it close.
It's anyone's game if Glenbard West can get a point here.
And that's twice that Marist hit it out. A very good time for a timeout. You just hit a serve off the court, probably an overconfident serve off the court, and then you hit the hit off the court. You can't live on Toth the whole entire game. You got to find some other offense somewhere. But the rest of the team, they've got to hit it in.
You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSNetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSNetwork.com. We are high school.
Now, Glenbard West is serving at 21-23, so most side outs happen when you are at serve receive. So Marist is probably talking about, okay, you can make a good pass, get the side out here, you have a 24-21 point lead. Then when we're serving, we have 3 tries to go ahead and win this game. So Marist should be able to back into this first win.
Here we go, serve coming up for Glenbard West. It'll be Jack Anderson. From the back row to the mid, now to the front row. Straight over the net, but it was touched. No, it wasn't touched.
No, he hit that into the crowd just about. 22-23. That's 3 in a row that Marist has hit off the court. This is going into the epic choke proportions. They're going to have to hit something in here. Not a great pass.
Over to the front row, just get it over the net. And there'll be a chance now for Glenbard West. Is it in bounds?
Yep.
It is. Kill Glenbard West. They just won't go away.
You said that. You're so right.
Braden Tejeda, and now the home. Well, the fans from Glenbard West into it now. Back row.
Wow. That dig probably should have come up, and I'm not sure that ball wouldn't have been out of bounds on that kind of a windmill swing. Well, this is game point, 24-23.
It'd be a killer for Glenbard West coming down from 23-19 to still fall.
I like this timeout again. You're down 1. You want to set up a play that you know is going to work, get over the net, not get blocked, and get a good swing out of it. But it's all going to come down to the pass. And I don't think this is one of those overpowering serves, so you ought to be able to make a pass out of it. And Marist is thinking, get a double block on whoever swings this ball. So if they block it, fine, they get a point. But if they tip around that block, it's an easy dig, and they can get that last game point swing on them. But I think whoever wins this game is going to be because of a swing.
Does Marist feel confident in this type of situation, pressure situation? It hasn't been Teresi's day thus far, just a 167 percentage. Do they feel confident relying on Nathan Toth, even though they've relied on Teresi most of the season?
Well, absolutely. I mean, and the coaches aren't thinking about what the hitting percentage is today. The coaches are thinking, who's my best player all year?
Do you go to Toth or do you go to Teresi in this spot?
I think you're looking for the block, and you don't really care who you set because you want to dig that play. So wherever the dig goes, let the setter, take it from there.
So it's going to be Marist on the serve. It'll be Brannigan. Over to the front row. Is it in play? It is. Kill awarded. Braden Tejeda. And it seems like Marist looks shell-shocked right now.
Well, they had this game 23-19 when they blasted 2 in a row out of bounds, including a really strong serve. That's out as well. And then Marist calls another timeout. The coach is probably going to say something along the lines of, you guys have just got to keep your hits in. Don't get scared. Hit it in. Force them to play. But what a comeback from Glenbard West, down 19-23. Now they're up 25-24. So they've outscored Marist 6-1 in the last 7 points to get into this game.
So I'll let you judge. Are aces sometimes overrated? Because that's kind of the story of this match thus far. Marist was up 23-19. Teresi tried to get the ace. He overdid it, and it gave Glenbard West added confidence. Another spike went out of bounds, and just like that, a 23-19 lead became 21-19. If Teresi had just gotten the ball over the net, maybe Marist gets that point to go up 24-19, and they win set number 1.
Well, you're hitting that right on the head. That serve did need to be in, right? But what you're trying to do is be as aggressive as you can on serves, right? So that you can get free balls or aces or down balls back. You just don't want the other team to run middle on you. So if you can serve it in such a way that they have to set the pins, you've got a double block on every swing. And that's what you're really trying to accomplish. He should not have hit that serve off the court with a 23-19 overconfident lead.
Over to the front row, Marist has to tie it here. Otherwise, it's set win for Glenbard West. Front row. Blocked. Point
what a
awarded.
time for a block. I thought when the ball went up to Graham, it was going to be over. Remember those 2 shots into the corner? He was able to get it there. He probably could have reached higher and pushed it into that corner, but he didn't. He got blocked. 25 all. Anybody's game.
My goodness, could this go into the 30s?
Yes, it could. Blocked again. Graham blocked twice in a row. Marist is coming back with blocks.
Jack Metter was there, along with Nathan Toth. Well, Glenbard West, just play your game. You just need to get a point here.
Now, Clifford, if he gets set, needs to hit it. I would go back to Graham, even though he's been blocked twice. Well, now you have to go to Clifford. It's off.
No, it was touched. Point awarded. Teresi says it was a double hit, but no, it's...
No, that's not what they're saying. They don't think it was touched. They think the ball hit the net and went out of bounds, not the blocker.
It clearly went off Teresi. I don't know what Teresi's arguing, but...
It went off the net, not Teresi.
Well, I mean, you do what you can, right? You try to get the call changed, but it was clearly off Teresi's mitts.
Well, we got to look at that close with a different camera angle to see.
Mid-row to the front. That's still live. Can they get it over the net?
They did.
Big block, but it's on the Glenbard West end. Point awarded Marist, but what an effort by Glenbard West to try to preserve that rally score.
What a great dig. Unfortunately, that third ball was just enough over the net for Toth to dunk it back down again. But, you know, Toth is rescuing them in the front row here.
Guzella trying to stay loose.
He needs a serve. Well, he'll make this serve. It's just not a real strong serve. It's kind of a hard float.
Over to the front row. Willett.
The tip, that's not going to do it.
That's not going to do it. Free ball coming up for the Hilltoppers. Willett calls for it. Over the net. Willett again.
That's it.
Point awarded. Marist. They win the match. I mean, they win the set. It was a good effort by Glenbard West, and will that impact the rest of this match? Glenbard West comes back from a 23-19 deficit. They force more rally scoring, but at the end of the day, they lose the set, but maybe they have some confidence going into set 2 and or maybe set 3.
Well, from Glenbard West's perspective, you hit it right on the head. They gained confidence in this match, even though they lost. They were getting clobbered by a Marist that was executing absolutely flawlessly for the whole first part of that match. They got it all the way up to 19-23, and then Marist, for some reason, lost confidence or the ability to win the game. They just couldn't close it by hitting so many volleyballs out of bounds. Now Marist thinking, well, we were flawless execution for the first part of the game. At the end, we hit too many out. We got to go back to that hit everything in mentality. But Glenbard West, even though they lost that game, they were able to take Marist out of all that wonderful execution that they had. Obviously made it a close game, but 26-28 loss. This is why a lot of people think this is the state championship right here.
Well, we'll see if Glenbard West can regroup and win set 2, or will Marist advance the championship match for the first time since 2019.
Right, and if I am Glenbard West, I go back to that very same timeout they had yesterday. Willett, you need to hit the ball. And Casey Moss, you probably need to set just a few more times. Clifford wasn't as much of a key, and I do think Graham came to play, but unfortunately, Graham just unfortunately got blocked twice in a row late in the game. Now, one could argue both of those sets were kind of tight, so maybe that's why he got trap set twice in a row and was able to get blocked. Marist has some real tall blockers, can reach over the net and roof those kinds of hits. So, I don't know. Glenbard West, though, down 1.
You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network live mobile application for Android and Apple devices. Download the application from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are. Here are the stats powered by IHSA.org. Casey Moss has been decent, 4 of 6. Adam Graham's been their big guy player today. 5 of 7, 2 errors, 429. Small sample size with Braden Tejeda, 3 of 4 for 750. Meanwhile, Griffin McElroy has been excellent. 4 of 5, 1 error, 600. Their big-time scorer, though, has been Nathan Toth. 9 of 14, 1 error, and a 571 percentage.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this. So Marist has 11 digs, and Glenbard West has 13 digs. But Marist, at least according to these stats, have 10 more attack attempts, 41 attack attempts. Glenbard West, 31 attack attempts. Assuming that's accurate, Glenbard West has to hit the ball and not free it over quite as often.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, for the safety of our players, coaches, and officials, there is no flash photography allowed during play. That includes your cell phones. Please, no flash photography. Thank you.
So Marist still talking in their huddle.
Yeah, I mean, you want to finish off Glenbard West here. You know, you have a 2-time defending state champion. You don't want this to go to 3 sets.
Well, I'm thinking unless there's some kind of a change you want to make to the team, give them a mental health break for 3 minutes. Don't talk their ear off, right? Because that takes some mental, cycles as well. And you only have so many mental cycles per mat, so give them a little bit of a break. But maybe they are changing something. I mean, rotating forward or backward, or watch this hitter. Don't go there on defense. Go here on defense.
They need to heat up Xavion Willett if they want to advance the championship match. He's been very quiet. 2 of 6, 2 errors, 0 percentage. And
that is what changed yesterday. So, yeah, you're hitting that one on the head. If they can get that adjustment, that might be all they need. I mean, they only got to fix a 2-point loss. And they had this game. They were at 1 point, 25-24.
So it'll be Marist ball to start. Ethan Kazella to serve. Back row to the front row. Willett calls for it. Instead, it's to Clifford. And a block and a beauty and a finish by Christian Teresi.
So Clifford hit it. Terrific blocking on the right side, of course, with Marist. So Clifford's got to go cross court to keep it away from the block. But you got to hit it cross court. You can't just tip it or roll it to get it around the block. You need to be aggressive and win the point one way or other. It was encouraging that he actually hit that.
Kuzella over the net. Ellis to the front row. Clifford again. And it's played over to the Red Hawk end. Blocked by Willett. Back row play. No look bump. Spike action. Block. Last touch by Graham. Point awarded for the Red Hawks.
This is where I go to my teams and say, okay, let's review. You tipped it. You lost the point. You hit it twice. You won the point.
2-0 lead for the lower seeded Hawks. Number 1 overall seed in the tournament's Glenbard West, as you would expect. 2-time defending state champion. Over to the front row. Willett with a big block.
Willett on the block. Point, Hilltopper.
Boy, he had that one stuffed. So Meter tried to go over it, thinking the setter couldn't get there. Probably would have been better served to get out of the way and let the setter take that one. And Willett stuffed the play. Overpass.
Out of play. Anything close, partner. The officials have set the precedent. It's going to go out of bounds.
Well, that was out by a couple feet. Jack Anderson would sure like that one back.
Ellis with a good dig. Over to Clifford.
That's
Clifford with a kill.
how you do it. That's it, Clifford. Just smashed down the line. Didn't have to be 100 miles an hour, just 90 miles an hour to that location.
Clifford on the serve. Donnelly to dig. And last touch by Clifford. Point awarded Red Hawks. Donnelly to serve.
I like that right side attack. It's over the block. Can't do much about it.
Glenbard West struggling on the attack. Just 278 percentage. Ellis, good dig. Front row play now. Over the net and blocked. And finished by Teresi. Ohio State has themselves a stud coming to their campus in the fall of 2024.
Yeah, and I especially like him for his serving, no kidding. But yeah, that set was off the net, and so Moss, unfortunately 8 feet off the net. Tough to put that one in play around the block. Now, I don't want to pick on the set location, but the first set was 8 feet off the net. That one was 2 feet off the net, 2 blocks in a row. Now, I wouldn't be afraid to go back to him, but get the set 3 or 4 feet off the net. Keep it off the block, but not too far off the net.
It's the Nathan Toth show, and that's an understatement. He's 10 of 16 right now.
Okay, now we're going to get a free ball.
Get it to Toth if you can. Or that guy. I mean, Christian Teresi's pretty good at this volleyball thing.
He came to play, that's for sure. And that's what Glenbard West has to be concerned about. Toth is just having a fantastic game, right? But when you start having a second hitter that can annihilate you, and if they have one in Teresi and Toth, between those two, Glenbard West is going to be hard-pressed to win this game. Now, down 5 in set 2, that's a long way to be behind in a game where there's going to be a lot of side-outs.
Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button on the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. I'm not saying it's over yet, but it's pretty close to that for Glenbard West.
Yeah, no, I think you're saying the fat lady is singing in the first quarter here. I mean, we still got 3 more quarters to go in this game.
7-2. The problem is I'm not seeing enough from Clifford and Willett. It's been a tough day for Anderson. The percentage is under 0 at negative .33.
Well, I coached the club boys 18s team one time, right? And the score was 2-0. We got behind on 2 players who hit it off the court. After that, there were 23 consecutive side-outs for their team and 23 consecutive side-outs for our team, and we lost 25-23 because we were down 2 at the beginning of the game. My point being, it's hard to catch up from 5 behind, but it's still some time to go.
Not just that, Parter, but you're playing back-to-backs. You played 3 sets yesterday against a tough Lyons Township team. Marist only had to play 2 sets.
Oh, another overpass.
The ball is still live. What an adjustment by the Redhawks. Willett back over. And this is the 3rd hit coming up for Teresi. Blocked at the point of attack. Sent over, and a beautiful pass, and a beautiful finish by Luke Brannigan.
Here again, let's review, Glenbard West tipping. That one, Willett. Marist hitting.
Serve coming up for the Redhawks. It'll be Donnelly. 8-2 lead.
Glenbard West tipping.
Another beautiful spike, Nathan Toth. The fat lady is starting to sing. 9-2 lead now.
So we're adjusting serve receive a little bit now, just moving up. Okay.
And if you're Marist, go for the throat. Don't even try to do the aggressive ace attempts.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just not enough of that.
No, but the game's not lost yet. They're only down 6. Now, Willett hit that and is off the court.
Yeah.
But, let's go back and let's review again. Let's review. Glenbard West hit it. Glenbard West point.
I just don't see it. Down 9-3. But we'll see. Ellis. Now over to the front row. Man, he wasn't even ready to get his hands ready for a bump. That's how fast that spike was coming at him.
Now that set was almost trap set, right? But what a great approach Teresi made to be able to get to the net quickly and jump straight up and down so he doesn't broad jump into the net or under the net. Of course, he put that ball, if there wasn't a player in the way, it was probably down at the 3-foot line.
Good kill and an answer by Braden Tejeda.
That was a great hit to come back with on Glenbard West, because that last Teresi hit was kind of demoralizing, right? But then they came right back with a nice middle hit, and that's the heart of a champion, no one point is any more important than another point.
From the mid row to the front row, tapped over, but the dig was done by Anderson. Now to the front row, sent over the net by Graham. No look. Oh, what a dig by Graham. Sent over, and a finish that time by Casey Moss.
So that was 3 tips in a row, right? And then Moss finally cleaned it up with a hit.
Serve coming up. It'll be Jack Anderson. Luke Brannigan on the dig. Brannigan again. Back over to the Hilltoppers. The lefty and a beautiful spike. Excellent.
See, they're closing the gap. Now they're only down 4. That was a nice set. Graham is in the front. He's a good hitter. He's going to be in the front for, 3 rotations? He's front left right now.
One of the reasons Marist is up 1-0 and they lead by 4 as this goes over to Brannigan into the front row. It was last touched by Graham. Point awarded Redhawks, but like I was saying, one of the reasons the Redhawks are winning, Bob, they have 2 players with over 10 assists. it's a one-man show for Glenbard West when it comes to the assists.
Well, if they're running a 6-2, that's why they have the two guys with 10 assists. And now an ace. But that play before it, too, Kuzella just tooled the block, tooled Graham on the hit. And again, that's how you get the higher hitting percentage. You tool the sides of the block, you score a lot of points.
If Glenbard West is going to pull off a miracle comeback, they need Adam Graham to do it. He's 6 of 9, 2 errors. Mid-row to the front.
What a great dig.
Donnelly now to the right.
Nope.
And out of bounds. It was a spike attempt by Ethan Kuzella, the 6'5" setter.
You have to say this in the nicest of ways, but Marist is controlling their own destiny. When they hit it in, they get the points. When they hit it out, they lose. It is up to them if they're going to win or lose this match. There was a fantastic hit in the middle of the court. He's just unstoppable on that right side. Player of the game yesterday just buried one here from the right side. 6-point lead, 12 to go.
Giunta Mayer will probably call timeout if Marist scores here. From the mid to the front, sent over the net. Now to the front. Red Hawks getting it over. Last touch by Anderson. Ellis couldn't get it. Point awarded Red Hawks. And Giunta Mayer will let her Hilltoppers play on.
So we got a 2-1 touchdown lead here.
And the extra point.
Yes, that's right. The kickers are people too. I learned that yesterday.
Good set. Can they get it to the front row? They do. Graham with a nice kill.
Well, as you said, Graham's got a hit. You feel like Graham's a little bit of an X factor. He's a great hitter on the right side, but use your right side a little bit more than maybe Glenbard West has in the past.
If you can get it to 14-10, anything's possible.
Well, you know, Marist is their own worst enemy. Now they're giving away a free ball.
And that's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah. Masu always hits, right? So you're usually back on defense from the back 10, from the pipe. He just dinked it into the middle and got the point.
20 digs for the Red Hawks, 16 for the Hilltoppers. Back row play now to the front. Teresi on the pass. And Kuzella couldn't finish. Clifford was there to greet him with a beautiful block.
Clifford's tall in his own right, made a good block. The set might have been a bit low, and maybe Kuzella needed to hit the ball a little bit sooner before it dropped. But nonetheless, here's the score you were looking to get, 10-14. They kicked a field goal.
Straight up in the air. Anderson to Willett. That's a lift.
Well, they're going to call that a throw for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he basically caught the ball and then threw it down.
Well, and that's the definition of a lift. It's a catch or a throw.
Number 5, Kuzella will serve.
It was a quick whistle. He didn't have to think about it long.
I mean, Willett didn't even argue it. It was that blatant.
Well, even if he argues, it's not going to go anywhere. You're going to change his mind?
Well, it still happens in sports. You argue with the refs.
This time
Donnelly.
they dug the line. Boom.
No chance for Ellis.
Well, that's that tooling the block thing. When you hit it and it gets deflected, it is so hard to dig it after a deflection. 6 points with 8. Am I doing the math right? 6 points with 8 to go.
Yep, till you get to 24.
Yeah, maybe I should go 9 to go.
And you were a math major.
I was at one point.
I'm a little bit worried.
You should be.
Over the net, back row.
No.
Tapped over. Nice dig by Willett. Clifford now.
Wow. Now Marist covered the line, expecting Clifford to hit it down the line. It was right to him. Right to Brannigan. Unfortunately, put it into the bleachers after that. Now 11-16. Still a 5-point lead.
You think Toth is tired a little bit? He's now 12 of 20.
No, I do think Glenbard West is paying attention on his swings, though. That's out.
Yeah, they forced him into a tough angle on that kill and forced him to spike it out of bounds.
So Glenbard West, again, in typical Glenbard West fashion, they don't go away easy.
Nice block. Anderson along with Willett joining together, joining forces to stop the Red Hawks on that play.
This is a good time for a timeout. Now I was picking on the setting from Glenbard West early. That was another set for Marist. It was just off the net, and then Teresi unfortunately misjudged it and then hit it down. What you have to do is when the set's off the net, you're looking to hit it high, hard, and deep, right over the block, into the corners. He obviously thinks he can still hit it down at the 10 or 12 foot line when the set is off the net. So it's a good time for a timeout. Get your heads on straight. They're looking like they're talking pretty intently in the huddle. But I think I just say they know what they're doing wrong. Just give them a break. They're up 3, the game 2, a virtual state championship here. Don't make them think too much. Just do what they've been doing all year.
Don't forget about York.
York. I can't say enough about York. I loved York yesterday. They had 5 hitters. The sets were relatively tight. They were burying spikes at 8, 10, 12 and foot line. It was just raining spikes. Poor Lincoln Way West. I mean, Lincoln Way West, by their own rights, a good team, but York looked like they were in a different planet. And then, Conant, near me, right? They're a good team as well. And I thought Conant would go, possibly be in one of these top 8 spots, maybe even top 4 spots. But, York, oh, man. But Conant went 3 with them. So York, there is an Achilles heel somewhere with York. Maybe you get them frustrated or and they do run the 6-2, so.
Serve coming up for the Hilltoppers. Mid-row to the front. Kuzala with the pass. Last touch by Teresi. Now to the front row. Anderson to Willett. Last touch by the Redhawks. Teresi tells his players to calm down. We're still up by 2.
And I like that Willett hit it. He got the tool of the block, and because he hit it hard, it went far enough out of bounds to win the point. This is a great comeback.
And it's going to be Adam Graham. Front row on the bump. Getting it over the net. Oh, nice bump. But finished well by Teresi.
So I guess the largest lead I found, 2-9 and 3-10, right? 7 points, 2-9, 7 points, 3-10. Now it's back to 3 points.
Ellis.
What a great pass.
Front row, Willett. Beautiful play by Donnelly. Mid-row spike, bumped well in the back row. Now to the mid, sending it to Clifford. Clifford finishes with the kill.
Now we said one of the keys to the game was Clifford hitting, and he hit.
Clifford to serve.
Hit, even more like he pounded it. 17-15 lead.
Yeah, pounded it to where nobody was at.
Point awarded to the Redhawks. And by the way, I'm an English major, so where it was located, never finish a sentence with a preposition.
Oh, no, that's changing, I'm hearing.
Tie score.
And
the errors are starting to do in Marist. They have 11 errors to just 9 for Glenbard West.
Tied the score up at 17-17. Did we see that coming when the score was 2-9? When you were talking about the game was over, remember that?
2-9, 10-3.
Yeah.
The errors are just killing the Redhawks. Helps to have that guy on the team, though. Nice kill by Luke Brannigan. He's had a quiet day, just 4 of 10.
Number 9, Ryan Rory Donnelly will serve.
Toth is starting to quiet down, now just 12 of 23.
Oh, no.
Front row. And Ellis, I don't think he had to dive for that. It looked like his teammate Henry Truitt had a clean angle for the dig.
Right when the announcer said Toth has had a quiet day here, or he quieted down, I should say. That was a blast from the back row. What a hitter.
19-17. Nice play. Finishing it was Jack Anderson. Anderson has done better. He's still at a negative percentage, but they needed that point.
That's the very definition of a dunk.
Ellis to serve. Donnelly. And a kill for Teresi. It's like you said, partner. Ellis served it to Donnelly probably by accident, and Donnelly was able to get it to Teresi via the hockey pass.
Well, Teresi and Toth, those are the 2 hitters that are just doing all the damage. Oh, missed another serve.
Yeah, I think he's just not focused right now. I don't think he's trying to get an ace on that one. He's just not focused on his serve.
I do think you're right. He needs another extra second, half second, whatever, to gather himself and make sure that serve is in.
Third time he's done that. Doesn't matter, though, because eating his Wheaties and ready to go today is Griffin McElroy with a beautiful kill.
That's what they were working on a lot yesterday when they played Peyton, to get him loose in the middle, and that was a great time for that swing.
Bumped, and then over. Jack Anderson finishing. No, apologize, that's Adam Graham.
Graham, lefty. Only down a point. Now the key to that is Graham is in the front row, front middle. So you got 2 more rotations of Graham in the front.
Sent over the net.
Too tight.
able to finish. And the rebuttal, Charlie Clifford.
So we've had ties now at 17s and now 21s.
27 kills for the Hilltoppers, 36 for the Red Hawks. Over the front row, finishing. Did he touch the net?
No, it wasn't that. The ball hit the antenna. So it's out of bounds, a point Glenbard West. A huge swing of momentum.
Timeout called by Marist. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. You're watching the Red Hawks against the Hilltoppers here on NFHS Network. Here we go, partner. This is where legends are made, heroes are born.
Well,
22-21.
Well, Marist is going to get the first swing on this, down a point. So one would think the score is going to be 22 all after this.
To the front row now. Got it in and finished that time by Nathan Toth.
Yeah, so 22-22. But now you're even though it's a tie score, you're kind of behind because you're 22-22 and is serving. In a barn burn. Now Glenbard West has no margin of error here because they lost the first game.
Kill! Big time play that time by Jack Metter.
Good time for a block. Again, Glenbard West throwing the ball instead of hitting it. I think I would try to feed the ball to Graham if you can. A 32 to Clifford could work. See what they do.
Straight over the net, mid-row to the front. Out of bounds.
Well, I didn't think about a back row attack from Moss, but that wasn't the time to hit it out.
Have to call timeout. Your season's on the line. Gianta Mayer calls it. Pardon, you got to score 2 to force it to be extra rally score. What do you think Gianta Mayer is telling your team right now?
Calm down. Got to get this one in. You hit the next one out, you're done for the state championship. So we need a pass. Calm down, get it to setter. Okay, we're going to set up a play. Okay, you're going to have whatever play they're going to set up. I was talking about a 32 to Clifford, right, as opposed to putting it out by the antenna, out by that big block. Graham is a good big hitter on the right side, set him at the antenna. I would have the middle come in screaming as loud as they can, set me, and I would not set him. And, of course, I would think about a 10-ball attack to Masia again, even though he just hit that one out. But I think if I'm the setter, my first option is Graham on the right and let him try to pull within 24-23. But even if they win the point, now they're serving, and Marist will have a serve-receive shot. So this is right now, danger, Will Robinson for Glenbard West. Now Marist is thinking, whoever hits it, make sure you got a solid double block ready to go.
Definitely advantage Marist here. They're up by 2 points, and they're serving.
Yeah, and I would ignore the middle on the block. I would just assume they're not going to set the middle and get out to the antennas to double block the hitters, double block the pins.
What a time to come off the bench for Jeremiah Fitzgerald.
Okay, there's the Graham shot they needed. Now they're 23-24. So the instant what you're looking at on the Marist side is where is Toth? This is one of those situations, though. You can set Toth or Kuzella.
Maximbowl on the serve, straight over. Donnelly with the pass.
Out of bounds. Marist, their own worst enemy, hit one out of bounds yet again in a crucial spot.
It's like they love giving their coaching staff and Jordan Vidovich and the assistants gray hairs.
You mean heart attacks?
Donnelly setting it up to the front row.
Nope, too easy.
Chance for the Hilltoppers. Clifford, but nice job by Teresi on the dig, then over the net from the mid-row still. Now to the front. That's Graham over the net, and a nice dig by Teresi. Donnelly now over to Kuzella from the back row. Moss with it. Anderson now to Graham. Blocked, still alive. And this will be the third hit now. Free ball coming up for the Hilltoppers. Front row play now. Will it? No, it's Clifford. Over to that ball, still loose. Back over the Red Hawk end. Front row play. Chance. Kill. Awarded. Nathan Toth.
Now that was a highlight rally. And of course it got finished on the hardest hit of the whole entire rally. That's why they won that rally. 25-24. You might be looking at the future state champion right here on this serve.
Until they prove to me that they can stop making mistakes, I think Glenbard West can still win this match.
Well, they're going to learn from this. They're going to make fewer mistakes next time out in a close game.
Chance. Oh, no. Wow, nice job that time to make sure to avoid the antenna. Over that blocked.
That's it.
Out of bounds. Marist is going to the championship match. Glenbard West can't believe it. How heartbreaking is this for the Hilltoppers? They cannot be the third straight state champion. They lose by 2 points in each set, and a win over 25 points each set.
Both sets went into overtime, both sets by 2. They do have the heart of a champion and just didn't pull it off. But Marist earned it. It wasn't like they gave it away. Glenbard West gave it away. Glenbard West gave it a great effort. Marist earned it. Marist has one heck of an attack from Toth and Teresi and even Kazella. And then the middles aren't bad either. A crucial kill in the middle of the game from, where'd he go here? McElroy. Just what a fantastic game for Marist. And look out, they are playing on the A game today.
Well, it'll be York or Loyola Academy who will play him in the championship match. Glenbard West, the best they can do this season is third place. What went wrong for the Hilltoppers today?
Well, I think I called it earlier when I was saying let's review when they would tip and Marist would hit. And I think it was those, couple, 3 or 4 or 10 or 12 times when I think they needed to hit. Now, somebody might be saying, well, maybe the set wasn't quite there and that's why they had to tip it. That could be the case, but then you needed a little bit of a crisper pass, a little bit of a crisper set. You needed to hit more as opposed to tip and roll it. And Marist, that 24th point was or 25th point maybe it was, the 25th point was kind of a microcosm. Both teams were playing great defense, but neither team were, cranking on the ball until finally Toth got in that last approach on that last kill and, broke another floorboard, and that's why they won that point. But it was well earned by Marist. I mean, 24-26, the first game 26-28, 2-point wins. Marist was on fire today.
I'm going to call it for the player of the game. My decision. Today's player of the game brought to you by Uber Teen Accounts. His percentage went down in the second set, but he was still fabulous. Nathan Toth, 16
Clearly.
Kills, 31 times on the attack. 4 airs, though. He's got to work on that if they're going to be a state champion. He had 3 digs. Other players of note, Teresi had 8 kills. Adam Graham in the losing effort, 9 kills on 16 attempts, 2 airs, 438 percentage. But our Uber Teen Accounts player of the game is clearly Nathan Toth.
He deserved it. Like you said, 31 attempts and only 4 hitting errors. You got to improve on that to be a state champ. No, you don't. That's fantastic. You hit 387. Normally you're considered, just like baseball, you're considered a superstar
Right.
if you hit over 300. This was a 387 clip.
He was at 680, though.
Well, he was one of the reasons they won that first game. That's absolutely for sure, and that is the reason why he deserves the player of the game.
Yes.
Now, like anything, you get to this point, it's no one player. I mean, he needed the 2 setters, Teresi and Kuzella, or he can't do that. And Marist did have a good defense, and like we were saying, too, Marist was their own worst enemy. They hit several out of bounds. Yeah. They're going to learn from that. I mean, Glenbard West went through this last 2 years to win these crucial points and crucial times to win 2 state championships, right? Well, that's what Marist needs to learn, right? So they hit a few out in crucial times, but I think when they play later this afternoon, you're not going to see them missing some swings like that late in the game when the score is 24-24, if it even gets to that. I mean, whoever gets there, whether it's Loyola or York, you could see Marist, if they bring their A game again, I could see that going like 25-13. Marist has a terrific A game. As you said, USA Today has them ranked number 1.
For obvious reasons, they beat the 2-time defending state champion in Glenbard West.
And now they did it 3 out of 4 times this year.
So we're going to take a break. Our second semifinal coming up next between the York Dukes and the Loyola Academy Ramblers. But for now, signing off for our excellent crew, Chris Angela and Phil Dorner, Bob Vilsoet, I'm Kyle Smith. Don't go anywhere. Second semifinal coming up next here on NFHS Network.